Welcome everyone. We started the new lesson, that is respiration. We have completed our introduction for respiration, what actually is respiration. So now we will move on to the different types of respiration. In the previous video we have seen that respiration is nothing but breaking down of complex CC bonds through oxygen, through oxidation to release the energy. Breaking down of complex CC bonds through oxidation by which energy is released, and that released energy is stored in the form of ATP. That is, the released energy is stored in the molecule of ATP. So ATP is nothing but it is an energy rich molecule which is formed when energy is released. When is energy released? Energy will be released when the food material, that is the complex chain of carbon dioxide, that is carbon-carbon chain, is broken down. How it is broken down? By the addition of oxygen. So it gives us energy. So that process is called as respiration. Now coming to the types of respiration. Respiration is of two types. We have two major types of respiration. One is aerobic respiration and another is anaerobic respiration. Respiration is of two types, aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. You already know what is this, what is the difference between aerobic and anaerobic respiration. In aerobic respiration, organisms utilize oxygen. Oxygen is needed in this type of respiration. So oxygen is utilized while aerobic respiration. So respiration which takes place in the presence of oxygen. The respiration which takes place in the presence of oxygen, that type of respiration is called as aerobic respiration. Respiration which takes place in the presence of oxygen, that type of respiration is called as aerobic respiration. And you might have guessed what is anaerobic respiration? The respiration which takes place in the absence of oxygen. Oxygen is not required. Even in the absence of oxygen, respiration is performed. Okay, and a little energy is released. So the respiration which takes place in the absence of oxygen, that type of respiration is called as anaerobic respiration. Respiration in the presence of oxygen is aerobic respiration, and respiration which takes place in the absence of oxygen, then that type of respiration is called as anaerobic respiration. So here what happens is, so the food which will be taken, it will be digested in the form of glucose. So that glucose will be still further broken down. The glucose will be further broken down into pyruvic acid. Glucose will be further broken down into pyruvic acid. So this pyruvic acid is more simpler molecule. Okay, so glucose is a 6-carbon compound. Glucose is a 6-carbon compound, that is, the molecule of glucose will have 6 carbons, 12 hydrogens and 6 oxygen. One molecule of glucose. The formula of glucose is C6H12O6. So to make one molecule of glucose, we require 6 carbons, 12 hydrogens and 6 oxygen. So basically glucose is an organic compound, that is, it consists of carbon. So how many carbons it has? 6 carbons. Okay, glucose has 6 carbons. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So glucose is a 6-carbon compound. This 6-carbon compound will be further broken down into 2 molecules. This molecule of glucose is further broken down into 2 molecules of pyruvic acid. one molecule of glucose is broken down into 2 molecules of pyruvic acid. So, pyruvic acid is nothing but it is a compound which consists of 3 carbon atoms. So, the 6 carbon atom, 6 carbon molecule, not atom, 6 carbon molecule is broken down into 2 molecules and each molecule will consist of 3 carbon each. So, if we break down, so here 1, 2, 3, then 1, 2, 3. So, 6 carbon compound is broken down into 2 molecules of 3 carbon compound. So, what is pyruvic acid? Pyruvic acid is a 3 carbon compound. Pyruvic acid is a 3 carbon compound. So, what happens in this glucose is inside the cell the glucose will be broken down, because the simplest form the cells which can take is glucose. So, glucose when enters inside the cell, food material before this, so we take the food material, we take food material, we eat food material, that food material after digestion it will change into glucose. So, glucose will be present in the blood. So, from the blood the cells will take the glucose, from the blood the cells will take this glucose, and inside the cells this glucose will break down into 2 molecules of pyruvic acid, 2 molecules of pyruvic acid. Okay. So, this one in this step of respiration, oxygen is not utilized. Just what is happening? The glucose which is taken by the cell, it will break down inside the cell. The glucose will break down inside the cell into 2 molecules of 3 carbon compound, that is pyruvic acid. So, when one glucose breaks, we get 2 molecules of pyruvic acid, and each pyruvic acid, so this is the glucose. So, when this is breaking, it is giving 2 molecules. This is one molecule of pyruvic acid and this is another molecule of pyruvic acid, and each pyruvic acid will be having 3 carbons. So, 6 carbon is breaking down into 2 molecules of pyruvic acid. Each pyruvic acid consists of 3 carbons. Okay, 3 carbons. Now, in this breaking, no oxygen is required. So, what is happening? Just glucose is breaking down into 2 molecules of pyruvic acid. So, this is taking place inside the cytoplasm of the cell. So, now what happens is, to this pyruvic acid, now here glucose has broken down into 2 molecules of pyruvic acid. These 2 molecules of pyruvic acid, so what happens is, when this pyruvic acid mixes with the oxygen, then that type of respiration is called as aerobic respiration. And if the pyruvic acid does not get oxygen, then that type of respiration is called as anaerobic respiration. This is aerobic respiration. So, in both these cases of respiration, whether it is anaerobic respiration or whether it is aerobic respiration, the first step of respiration is always glucose will be broken down into 2 molecules of pyruvic acid. So, this is the first step after entering into the cell, when the glucose, the digested food, is taken by the cell, and when the cell uses the glucose, what will it be doing? Inside the cell, the glucose will be broken down into pyruvic acid. So, in aerobic respiration also, the first step will be, when the cells take glucose will be broken down into 2 molecules of pyruvic acid. Okay, and in anaerobic respiration also, glucose will be taken up by the cell and the glucose will be broken down into 2 molecules of pyruvic acid. Till here, till the step, from this, by taking the food inside the body, then this food entering inside the cell, till it breaks down into pyruvic acid. So here this step is the same in both this type of respiration. The step is same in both the type of respiration. Aerobic respiration also, the first step is this only. In anaerobic respiration also, first step is this only. But here the fate of pyruvic acid decides. So here now oxygen, if this pyruvic acid gets the oxygen, then that respiration is called as, if the cell gets oxygen, inside the cell pyruvic acid will be there. If pyruvic acid gets the oxygen, then the cell will perform aerobic respiration. And if pyruvic acid does not get oxygen, if pyruvic acid does not get oxygen, then that type of respiration is called as anaerobic respiration. Okay, now here what happens is, so we simply say that this glucose is broken down into 2 molecules of pyruvic acid. So this step, this process where glucose is broken down into 2 molecules of pyruvic acid, it is called as glycolysis. The step is called as glycolysis. Okay, and this glycolysis is the first step for both aerobic and anaerobic respiration. Now, if we say simply what is happening in glycolysis, glucose is breaking down into 2 molecules of pyruvic acid. It is just like this. This is the glucose, you just break it, it will give 2 molecules. It is not that easy. It is not that easy. It is not that simple. It is not taking place in just one reaction. For this glucose to convert into pyruvic acid, for this glucose to convert into pyruvic acid, many reactions, many intermediate reactions will be taking place. I will be explaining you in detail about all those reactions in the next video when I will take up this glycolysis. But as of now, here this glucose will be changing into pyruvic acid. What I have written? This glucose breaks down into pyruvic acid. So here also this glucose breaks down into pyruvic acid. So in this process, many intermediate reactions, we just say that this is just one, but here for this, from this to change into this, many intermediate reactions will take place. I have mentioned only 2 reactions, 10 reactions will take place. For this glucose to convert into pyruvic acid, 10 reactions will take place. 10 reactions will take place and many intermediate products will be formed before this final product, that is pyruvic acid, will be formed. I have written just 2 here, that is glucose will change into first another compound, that is glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. This glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate will again change into phosphoglyceric acid. This phosphoglyceric acid will again change into pyruvic acid, that is phosphoenol pyruvate or phosphoenol pyruvic acid. So here only 2 is mentioned. So 10 reactions will take place. 10 reactions will take place. So here what happens is, when this pyruvic acid gets the oxygen, then aerobic respiration take place. Okay, we will study in detail about the aerobic respiration. But here what happens is, when the pyruvic acid does not get the oxygen, in the absence of oxygen, pyruvic acid undergoes anaerobic respiration, and that anaerobic respiration, it is of 2 types, we call it as. So the anaerobic respiration or fermentation. Fermentation is of 2 types, alcoholic fermentation and lactic acid fermentation. Lactic acid fermentation. Okay, so it is just, for example, this pyruvic acid, if it does not get oxygen, it undergoes anaerobic respiration, and depending on which organism in which organism this anaerobic respiration is taking place, whether this anaerobic respiration is taking place in animals or whether this anaerobic respiration is taking place in human beings, human cells, or whether the anaerobic respiration is taking place in microorganisms, unicellular microorganisms. So, depending on where this anaerobic respiration is taking place, in which organism anaerobic respiration is taking place, so two products are formed. One is alcohol and another is acid. Two products are formed. When this pyruvic acid does not get oxygen, it performs anaerobic respiration, that is respiration in the absence of oxygen. Respiration, that is this pyruvic acid, when it does not get oxygen, so it will either change into alcohol or it will either change into acid. Pyruvic acid, when it does not get oxygen, it can either change into alcohol or it can either change into acid. So, depending on which organisms. For example, if this pyruvic acid in the absence of oxygen, it is taking place, for example, yeast is there. Yeast is the fungal, unicellular fungi. Okay, if inside the yeast, if this pyruvic acid is there, because yeast will also take food material, this glucose will change to pyruvic acid. Glucose will change to pyruvic acid. If pyruvic acid does not get oxygen inside the yeast, if in yeast pyruvic acid does not get oxygen, what happens? This pyruvic acid will change into, ethyl alcohol, that is alcohol, ethyl, E-T-H-Y-L, ethyl alcohol plus carbon dioxide is released. So, here this pyruvic acid, when it does not inside in yeast, if it does not get oxygen, so what happens? This pyruvic acid will change into ethanol and carbon dioxide is released. For example, if it takes place in muscle cells instead of yeast, if muscle cells, our muscle cells, animals muscle cells, if muscle cells does not get oxygen, so pyruvic acid will change into lactic acid. Pyruvic acid will change into lactic acid. What happens is, sometimes when we do heavy exercise, what happens is we feel short of breath. And what we do is we inhale more. Because of shortage of breath, we inhale more. When we exercise or when we run or do something, we inhale more. Why we inhale more? Because for doing exercise, our body requires energy. We will be getting only energy only when we inhale oxygen. That inhale oxygen will go and mix with the food, then it gives us the energy. So, what happens is, when we inhale, when we do heavy exercises, now when we inhale, so the upper layers of the cells will get the oxygen, but the deeper layers, for example, when we are running, so what happens is, the cells which are very near, so they will get the oxygen. The superficial cells, for example, these are the muscle cells. Okay, so the oxygen will be moving inside, from inside it will come to the surface now. So the inside cell only will utilize the oxygen because energy is utilized. So here till energy is produced now, so then more energy is required for our body. So the cells which are nearer, for example, if this is the bone, this is the muscles. This is the bone and this is the muscles of the hand. So here what happens is, if we want to continuously make circles with the hand, so lot of energy is needed. So what happens is, oxygen is coming, food is coming and going. So these cells, the cells which are near, these cells are taking up the oxygen. And giving us the energy. And we require more energy. Whatever energy is being produced by these cells is already being used, but we want more energy. We want more energy. So what the cells will do? They will continuously respire. They will only take oxygen. They will not allow the cells which are here on the superficial layers. It will not allow these cells to take the oxygen. Oxygen is coming, they are taking, producing energy. Oxygen is coming, they are taking and producing energy. Only they are taking it, but they are not giving the oxygen to the superficial cells. Superficial cells. So what will these cells do? Oxygen is not coming. Let us respire in the absence of oxygen only. Let us respire in the absence of oxygen only, because food material every cell is getting. Food is already there. It is already digested. We have taken the food, already digested food. That glucose is already supplied to each and every cell. This cell as well as this cell. But oxygen continuously we are taking it now. We are taking it and these cells are utilizing. They are not giving oxygen to these cells. So the cells are left with only glucose, where pyruvic glucose has changed to pyruvic acid. So in this cells also glucose has changed to pyruvic acid. In this cells also glucose has changed to pyruvic acid already. But these cells will get the oxygen and they will give us the energy. They will give us the energy. These cells does not get oxygen. What these cells do? They respire in the absence of oxygen only and they produce lactic acid. And they produce lactic acid. So inside the cells lactic acid will be produced. These cells respire in the absence of oxygen. Okay, in the absence of oxygen, the cells respire and the cells will change this pyruvic acid, because pyruvic acid is there inside the cell. This pyruvic acid will change into lactic acid, and which an enzyme will also help in this. So the enzyme is lactase dehydrogenase. Lactase dehydrogenase will convert. Lactase dehydrogenase will convert the pyruvic acid into lactic acid. It will convert the pyruvic acid into lactic acid in the absence of oxygen. So we people also, when we do heavy exercises, some cells of our body, not all cells, some cells of our body which does not get oxygen, they will respire anaerobically. They will respire anaerobically and they produce lactic acid. So when the cells produce lactic acid, lactic acid will go and accumulate in the cells. If carbon dioxide was there, cells will release the carbon dioxide, it will be released. But instead of carbon dioxide, here what is being produced is lactic acid is produced, because when these cells respire, they release carbon dioxide and energy will be produced. But these cells, they are respiring in the absence of oxygen. So what they produce? They produce lactic acid. So lactic acid will be accumulated. It will not be released. It will be accumulated. But when more lactic acid is accumulated, we feel pain. That is why when we run this hand for a certain, that is for few minutes or few seconds, after some time we feel pain. Why we feel pain? While running, while doing heavy exercise, if we run for 5 or 10 minutes, we feel pain in the legs. We feel pain in the legs. We feel like we can't move our leg anymore. Pain will be there. Why that pain? Because inside the cell, lactic acid has been accumulated. Lactic acid has been accumulated, and because of that accumulation of lactic acid, we feel pain and we feel that we cannot run farther now. It is just because of the presence of or accumulation of lactic acid. So here when pyruvic acid does not get lactic acid, it will change into, pyruvic acid when does not get oxygen, if it is in the muscle cell, it will change into lactic acid. Whereas in yeast, what will happen? It will change into ethanol. If lactic acid is there inside the yeast, then yeast will change the pyruvic acid into ethanol and carbon dioxide. Yeast will change it into ethanol and carbon dioxide. And the enzyme which help in converting the pyruvic acid into alcohol, that is ethanol is nothing but alcohol. The enzymes are pyruvic decarboxylase, and decarboxylase means carbon dioxide is being released. So pyruvic decarboxylase releases the help in releasing of carbon dioxide, and alcohol dehydrogenase, it will be helping in the formation of ethanol. These two enzymes, this enzyme alcohol dehydrogenase, it will help in conversion of pyruvic acid into ethanol, and carbon dioxide. So this enzyme will help in the formation of alcohol, and this enzyme will help in the formation of carbon dioxide. So pyruvic acid is changed to ethanol and carbon dioxide by these two enzymes. In yeast or in muscle cells, if this is taking place in muscle cells, it will change into lactic acid. So this is where anaerobic respiration take place. So that is inside our body also anaerobic respiration takes place for some time, not continuously. If the cell does not get oxygen for few seconds or a minute or few minutes, they can respire in the absence of oxygen, they will respire anaerobically. But even continuously for 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, if it does not give the oxygen, then cell starts dying. And if it does not get the oxygen continuously, then the person may even die because of lack of oxygen. So this is how the two types of respiration is there, aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. But for these two respirations, the first step is always glucose is changed to pyruvic acid. Then if this pyruvic acid gets oxygen, then aerobic respiration. If pyruvic acid does not get the oxygen, it is anaerobic respiration. Okay. So, but the first step is this one, changing of glucose to pyruvic acid inside the cell. So, let us see, this process is called as glycolysis. Now, let us see how this glucose is changed to pyruvic acid. This is the common step for both aerobic and anaerobic respiration. So, how this glucose is changed to pyruvic acid, that is the process of glycolysis, we will see in the next video.